You might have recently bought yourself a Bluetooth speaker, a pair of wireless headphones, or a pair of true wireless earbuds like these. You specifically picked one with a USB-C charging port on it because you want to be able to charge all your electronic devices with the same charger, such as the one I have here, an Apple 30-watt USB-C charger. But then you realize something is not quite right. While the device works just fine with a USB-A charger and a USB-A to C cable, for some reason, it doesn't charge when you plug into your USB-C charger with a USB-C to USB-C cable. You might be wondering, is your device defective? Is it supposed to be like this? And if there's anything you can do to make this work with a USB-C charger that you use to charge everything else, well, that's what we're going to find out today. We're going to take this apart, take a look at the PCB, mess around with it, and see if we can make this work with a USB-C charger. The reason why your USB-C device wouldn't charge via USB-C charger is actually quite straightforward. With a USB-A charger, there's always a 5-volt provided on the power pins between VCC and ground. Regardless if there's anything connected at all, it's always there. However, with a USB-C charger, and to demonstrate this, we have a USB-C breakout board here with just a wire connected to power and ground. You can see that by default, there is no power provided. It's 0 volt between V bus and ground. Unless you connect a pull-down resistor on each of the 2 channel configuration pins. And on the pinout diagram, you might see this as CC1 and CC2. The spec requires that the pull-down resistor be of value 5.1K. Since I don't have any of those on hand, I'm using 4.7K instead, and it worked just fine. And as we can see, with the pull-down resistors connected, the USB-C charger is now providing a 5-volt output between V-bus and ground. So really, the only missing parts on the PCB of this device are the 2 pull-down resistors. And that's what we're going to put into this to make it compatible with the USB-C charger. So I've taken apart my wireless earbuds. It looks quite different from the USB-C connector on our breakout board, with all the pins connected out to something on the PCB. Here we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins. In order to figure out which are the CC1 and CC2 pins, we can use a breakout board for USB-C plug and connect a wire to the CC pin on the plug side, plug into the receptacle in both orientations, and use continuity test to see which pins are the CC1 and CC2. So that's one of the CC1, CC2. It's a third from the left. If we flip the USB-C plug, test continuity again. There. So the fourth from the left. So we found both of the channel configuration pins. So now we just need to solder 2 resistors to those pins. And I just happen to have these tiny surface mount 0402 again 4.7K resistors, because I couldn't find any 5.1K, to verify their value, because you want to do this. Because it's 0402, there's no number written on it. I have this smart SMD tester that would tell me what value these resistors are, and as you can see, it's 4.7K, so no problem there. So now we're going to begin to try to solder these tiny 0402 resistors onto those pins. Okay. We got one of those resistors soldered right behind the USB-C receptacle. In time for the other one. Okay, just gonna measure it. Okay, they're both on there. Last thing is to connect a wire between ground and the other side of that resistors. Did it work? I think I've successfully soldered the two pull-down resistors. We just need to verify it by measuring the resistance between each of those two pins and ground. If we look at that pin, yes, there we have a 4.7K on one of the channel configuration pin, and how about the other? There, 4.7K. Okay, so I verified that. I don't know if you can see this. Before we put everything back together, let's see if now it charges via the USB-C charger. Yes. And we got it to work. So now let's try to put this back together. One final test to see that everything is working. This is a USB-C charger, and plug it in. See the light blinking? So, we successfully got our device to charge via the USB-C charger just by putting two pull-down resistors on the channel configuration pins. Depending on the device you have, this might be a more difficult process to take apart, but the principle would be the same. Alright, that's it for today. Hope you enjoy taking apart your own device and tweaking it around. Oh, one last thing. If you're interested in getting this pair of true wireless earbuds, which cost a little over $40, a fraction of the cost of Apple AirPods, and I've thoroughly enjoyed using it for the past 2 months, or if you want to get this SMD component tester, which allows you to easily measure the SMD resistors, capacitors, inductors, or if you want to get this USB-C receptacle and plug breakout boards which you can use to modify your own USB-C device or include in your DIY electronics project. I'm including links to all of these things in the description below. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.